The best food you can find is grown right here at home, and that's true of our state's football players too. And Georgia Farm Bureau is proud to support both. With an office in nearly every Georgia county, Georgia Farm Bureau is always the home team. And now for a look at one of Georgia's homegrown talents, here's Jeff Sintel.
Nolan Smith. He'll be quite the player on the Georgia roster for the first time this fall, but the coaches at IMG Academy, where he played his high school ball, they called him Baby Boy. That's because he just has an energy and a fun-loving nature that just attracts and exudes joy. Everybody knows Nolan Smith not as Baby Boy, but as the 5-star, the nation's #1 overall player. That's who Georgia signed in the class of 2019. Great speed, 6'3", 235 pounds, can run pro agility drills like receivers, can outrun running backs, was the opening combine rating champion last summer. But I'm going to tell you what, he's at Georgia, and for what he felt, his welcome to Georgia, that welcome to Athens moment, it didn't come on a practice field. It didn't come in an SEC locker room, didn't come in a weight room. He's not thinking about a big sack against a South Carolina Gamecock or a Florida Gator. His welcome to Georgia moment was, of all things, in a college classroom.
Be the best I could be on and off the field, Most definitely, the #1 thing is schoolwork. So I'll be entering the field of biochemical engineering, and I want to succeed in the classroom as much as I want to succeed on the field.
Another tidbit here with Nolan Smith. We got to talk about the longevity of his commitment. He committed to Georgia in January of 2017 and then held that commitment all the way until he enrolled early in January of this year. That was more than 700 days for the nation's #1 player in the class of 2019. And what was interesting coming out of spring practice was something Kirby Smart said. Now, he throws around compliments for freshman ball players, especially those early enrollees, the way maybe kickers can throw around manhole covers. But with Nolan Smith, Kirby Smart said it simply. He said he had a good spring, he was looking pretty good out there and doing well for Georgia so far. Smart said he doesn't really know what he's doing, but whatever Nolan's doing, he's doing pretty fast. When you talk about Nolan and his impact at the University of Georgia, he feels he wants to use that platform when he goes to the NFL. Of course he wants to be great. Of course he wants to be drafted. But he wants to make a mark on his community. And he doesn't want to just do that with a football, but also with what he's learned in the academic side of his life and at the classroom in Athens.
I just want to make my stamp. I want to do community service. I feed the homeless in Savannah every year. I want to eventually bring that to Georgia, and I just want to do so much for them and for people of the less fortunate or the kids that are less fortunate. And I just want to give back, because I was one of those kids that I sit at the Boys and Girls Club every day. No one came to visit us to play with us, so I want to do that, what they didn't do for me.
Made Nolan so much fun to cover on the recruiting trail. He'd flash that big smile, and he'd always have something very clever to say. Now, of course, he wants to be a great in the NFL. He wants to get drafted. He wants to play pro football for quite a long time. But what he also wants to do is he wants to utilize what he's used in the classroom as an engineer to make a mark on his community as well. And that's what makes Nolan Smith one of Georgia's homegrown talents.
Everybody knows that peanuts are the state crop of Georgia. But did you know that Georgia farmers contribute nearly $75 billion to the state's economy each year? That's not peanuts. Those billions are why Georgia Farm Bureau cultivates farmers by promoting agriculture and offering access to benefits that save families money, like home and auto insurance. You can join online for just a few bucks a year. Peanuts.
Join the Georgia Farm Bureau. Grassroots support, homegrown savings.